Welcome to Facebook for the Blind, your look at the downfall of Western civilization through the best memes we can find each week. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to that time of the week we like to celebrate Facebook for the Blind, a show for the visually and Facebook impaired. My name is Eric. How are you doing? Good. Let's get to the news. War is still going on in Ukraine. The impending climate disaster is being ignored by everyone in D.C. COVID cases are on the rise. Income inequality is exploding. More high-ranking Republicans involved in Donald Trump's attempt to overturn the 2020 election keep getting busted for text messages, and Tucker Carlson is promoting testicle tanning.
God.
Yeah, nothing. I think the best way I heard it put, Seth Meyers said, nothing is crazier than a conservative second idea. For example, like, I don't trust vaccines, but I'll eat some horse paste.
Right.
So if your
that was a weird video.
Yeah, if your testosterone's going
down. Did you watch
down,
the video?
Just snippets of it, just enough to, they're provocateurs.
No, man, it's like really sexy. It's like really, really homoerotic.
Very homoerotic. That was
And
number one word. Yep.
It's like it's just really confusing about what Tucker thinks he's doing here. I don't know.
Oh, I don't think I'm as confused as Tucker.
I don't think a person who's like anti-LGBTQ, if you make that video and you're anti-LGBTQ, which Tucker has, shown himself to be, I don't think you can brag about the number of views for a video like that.
Oh no. I bet you the comments are turned off too. I'm betting anything comments are turned off.
Yeah, I'm sure people are watching it a lot for a lot of different reasons.
All right. Hey, speaking of bizarre information control, Florida is citing critical race theory references among reasons for rejecting 54 math textbooks. The Daily Show commented, if you think Florida is overreacting now, just wait until they find out that math can be non-binary. I got to say, too, I think the funniest thing for me was when I saw Florida, my brain immediately wrote meth. I was like, meth textbooks? Yeah, oh. No, wait a minute. I did not have that right. Okay, moving. God, everything's moving around here. Another fun news, Alex Jones is being bled dry by lawsuits because his claims that the Sandy Hook shooting victims were, was all a hoax. That turns out it's illegal to say crap like that and get people's lives threatened. So his company says it has less than $50,000 in assets and $10 million in liabilities, and he is now open to all kinds of lawsuits. So no more money for Alex Jones. So that's kind of fun. Man, I'm gonna have to take this out in post. There we go. Sorry, my controls are floating around. There's a picture of the testicle tanning thing there. I don't even know. I don't even know what to say about this. It's just, oh my God. Anyway, and Marjorie Taylor Greene melting down over an eligibility lawsuit. Don't know if you've heard this, but it is actually in the Constitution that you cannot run for office in the United States if you've been involved in an insurrection. And although she's saying, I never advocated violence or anything like that, her exact quote that I like the best says, you can't allow it to just transfer power peacefully like Joe Biden wants. Just allow him to become our president because he did not win this election, Greene says in a video referenced in the lawsuit. So anyway,
wow.
She's a bit anxious because, in court, unlike in the Congress or on TV, you're actually under oath and have to tell the truth. And that could be a real issue for them. So very strange. And also, just to add to this, Utah Senator Mike Lee also worked on early efforts to overturn the results of the 2020 election, helping push legally dubious schemes to keep the president in power. His efforts revealed that he was the one who talked the president into embracing Sidney Powell. Yes, the Republican lawyer who later spread wild, baseless claims of a rigged election and said that she owned a Kraken. So, yeah, Lee's messages, just the latest example of another high-profile Republican pushing Meadows to change the election results. And you'll remember last month, we were talking all about Jenny Thomas, wife of, Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas, who also was repeatedly imploring Mark Meadows to overturn the election. So, just a bunch of high-level administration and Supreme Court people all plotting and texting each other. Nothing to see here. And as always, the question is, when Republicans do immoral and criminal things in plain sight, how will the Democrats drop this ball? That has been the news for Facebook for the Blind for April 19th, 2022. Handed it off to my beautiful co-host who has funny memes. Michael.
Hey, what are you guys doing here? Gonna share some memes. Can everyone see my screen? Sorry.
Yep.
I'm starting off with this thing that's so true it's not even funny. It's a picture of a microwave in a person's hand as they're opening the microwave, and it says, "Beep beep, motherfucker, your hot bowl of cold food is ready."
So true.
Oh, it's like I said, it's not even funny. It's just descriptive. This is a picture from Reno 911, and it's the roller skating.
Eric, we lost his audio.
Yeah, we lost your audio. It says connecting to audio. Womp womp. Damn it. Gotta fix that in post. It says connecting to audio. It seems like an 80s song. Connecting to audio. Dot dot dot. Dot dot dot. Dancing. Dot dot dot. Look at the little.
Yeah.
Oh man. I don't know. Michael's chuckling.
Right.
We can't hear a fucking word you say. I can't hear shit. Oh, you bastard. You gonna steal that one from me? You gonna steal that from me? No, I'm not gonna let you. We can't hear you. We can't hear you, Michael.
Libraries were a good start, but we really need to keep. Oh no, it's done. I was going to read it for him.
Oh, he just got the chat message and has realized we cannot fucking hear him.
In the face.
I mean, I'm laughing. Don't get me wrong. I'm laughing. I should have gone through your memes and called dibs on the library, motherfucker. Damn. I'm going to ask you to unmute.
When did my audio go?
Dude,
About
right
at least 3 ago.
very beginning.
Damn it.
Yeah, right when you started. You were laughing and having fun, but we couldn't hear you.
But you could see what I was.
Yeah, we
what
can
I
see
was
it.
Good. And then just as I was debating whether or not to read it for you, then Beverly started to read it, and then you cut to another meme, and no, I don't know what you want.
I
don't
tried.
know what you wanna do. I'm also mad you called my fucking library meme, you fucker.
I said, had you been able to hear me, I was over here just explaining it to the evergreens. But had you been able to hear me, what I said was I kept it in my lineup today for you. I said if it says libraries, and I'll keep it show you. And I was like, damn, I'm not getting any love from this. That's actually how I knew something was wrong.
Yeah.
Eric didn't say anything about the library meme. Damn. What should we do here, Eric? Should I start over?
I'm not sure, man.
Here, I'll just at least finish this round. You guys will just have to guess what funny things I said. I don't know. This show might just be garbage.
I don't know. I would say start over.
Yeah, to start from the beginning.
Start over.
All right, Eric.
It's going to be new to us.
All right. Yeah, that's true. All right. I'll start it over. Hold on. All right. Round one. Here we go. Uh-oh. I'm already doing that. Bam. All right, round one. This is a picture of a microwave and a hand opening the microwave, and it says, "Beep, beep, motherfucker. Your hot bowl of cold food is ready," which is too real. This is a picture from...
You're not sharing your screen.
Yeah, you got to share the screen.
I'm not?
No.
Eric, what's happening to me?
I thought you were doing it to make me feel better.
Jesus. All right, I'm going to start round one again. This is round one, take 3. So microwave, it says, "Beep, beep, motherfucker, your hot bowl of cold food is ready." Next one, it's a guy sitting down on the ground wearing his roller skates, and 2 cops are consoling him, and it says, "I was doxxed." And that's just because some Republicans were doxxed and they wet themselves. This is a picture of friend of the show, not Sophia Coppola, being retweeted by Amalia Sampson. And Amalia says, "I don't know why, but I love it so much that this tweet is on Cory Booker's feed." And the tweet that Cory Booker follows, not Sophia Coppola, and he saw the tweet this morning that said, "I'm just sitting here eating an obscenely veiny Snickers bar."
Nice.
I like it that Cory Booker and I read the same tweet today.
That's awesome.
This one I kept in the show for Eric. It says, it's from friend of the show, Bridger Weingar. It says, "Libraries were a good start, but we really need to keep working on the number of places where people shouldn't be allowed to talk."
That's a good
Could
one.
not agree more.
So say we all.
So say we all. This is a picture of a woman sitting at a computer with some coffee, and she's writing in a journal. And shared from it's a headline from Reductress. It says, quote unquote, "Okay," says woman for no reason every 30 minutes while alone in her apartment. Hi Hearts, friend of the show. This is on Reddit, and you guys are gonna have to stick with me on this one. Hi Hearts wrote, "She ebbing on my knees or till I Scrooge." And I'll let you sit with that for a minute. And the first comment from Fortinbras for the win says, "So here's the thing. Tumblr Apple can ban as many words as they want, and it will never achieve their goal of quote unquote cleaning up this site, because this wretched nonsense poetry is somehow now the single dirtiest thing I have ever read in my life. And honestly, thank God." And High Hearts replied with just, "Sorry. She ebbing on my knees or till I Scrooge." This is a picture of a woman who's very pregnant, and her belly is translucent, so we can see the baby inside her as well. It's a drawing. And the mother is smoking a cigarette, and inside her belly we can see that the baby is also smoking a cigarette. And Trash Can Paul posted this with the caption, "Damn, this baby is cool as shit." Jokes are friend of the show. Jokes are has a picture of like a semi truck that has the ramps, for the car carriers, but it's empty. There's no cars on it, and it says, "My brain every time I see one of these on the freeway," and it's the Kermit versus Evil Kermit, and it just says, "Do it." I always want to too. All right, this is my last one for round one, and it's from friend of the show, Serious Zach, and it's vampire. "What do you call the land that meets the sea? May I come in?" Me. What was that? Vampire. "What do you call the land that meets the sea? May I come in?" Me. Shore. Vampire. "You fool."
You fool.
And it says, "I've been laughing at this all day." And then somebody else replied with, me. Beach. Vampire. Disappointed vampire noises.
This week we lost Gilbert Gottfried, and I went back and watched this compilation because apparently he went viral for a clip on the Hollywood Squares, where he just ended everything, where they'd say, what's your opinion? What do you think about this or this? And he'd go, "Oh, I know this one." And he'd say it, and then they'd say, "I agree." And he'd go, "You fool." Every time it just got funnier and funnier. Oh, Gilbert Gottfried, rest in peace, my man. Well, this previous weekend was Easter, so I've got an entire set of Easter things, just Easter, as I'm sure so does Michael. So we're just going to kick it off. Of course, Americans, we like to celebrate our Easter with food, and this is a New Yorker cartoon done in typical style, black and white, but with a very colorful blue and pink gummy worm in a bird's mouth, and she's bringing it to her nest full of yellow peeps. So that's about it. And it's all downhill from there. Yeah, make that face. No, it gets worse. Good friend of the show, Jim Narikas. Thanks for listening to the show, Jim, and appreciate the birthday card. Why is it called Good Friday? I asked Monsignor Koenig, who ran the parish, when he paid an Easter time visit to my second grade class at St. Joe's School, meaning, of course, that crucifixion seemed like the definition of a bad thing. I think he explained it was good news for us as potentially redeemable sinners. Another time I tried to tell Monsignor that I didn't see the Bible as incompatible with my fervent interest in dinosaurs, explaining that I thought the Genesis story wasn't literally true, but a parable, like the ones Jesus told. I must have related this rather awkwardly because his response was, "Are you calling Jesus Christ a liar?" So I thought he hated me, but when my mom transferred me to public school after third grade, Monsignor told my mom he was sorry, saying he thought I had the makings of a good priest. And first commenter is, my faith in dinosaurs has only grown in strength over the years. But I really like that. Why is it called Good Friday? Because crucifixion seems like the definition of a bad thing.
Yeah.
And it was like, I too had such questions. So anyway, so happy Easter. Eli Mistal, man, Eli Mistal, he's on TV all the time, and I should know how to pronounce his name. But brilliant guy says, happy Easter to everybody except you people who think Jesus went through all of this so you could be dicks to LGBTQ teenagers. Which I was like, it was pretty good. That was pretty good. I thought that was a good counter to the former president's tweet where he was like, happy Easter to everybody, even you maniac liberals or whatever, like some lunatic, just awfulness.
Hey, can you name one President Biden tweet? Because I can't. And I love that.
Oh, God,
Right?
Yes. Yes.
yeah, absolutely.
God.
Woohoo.
Yeah, not a single ounce of Kofi. All right, moving on in the Easter act, we have from friend of the show, Meg Slay. Meg Slay, if you're not following Meg Slay, you're missing out. We have the I should have looked up his freaking name. The
Pillsbury Doughboy.
Pillsbury Doughboy. Thank you.
Yeah. Spilsbury Doughboy. Mm-hmm.
Happy Easter, Pillsbury Doughboy. He is risen. Happy Passover. And he's unleavened, and it says he's not. And then happy Ramadan. He is off limits until sundown.
The Passover one is a matzah cracker.
Matzah.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I had all these words in my head before I put this meme up there, and then they all just went right out. Like this, and I saw this over in my political groups. This is a classic picture of Jesus. He's holding up a red MAGA hat. He says, Judas, you dropped your hat.
That's a good one.
I don't know, but it went with the theme. It is, of course, Easter in America, which means that we get all kinds of imagery that is just as fantastic as this, such as, and it makes me think of food too, like these candy cigarettes, several packages of candy cigarettes captioned, sometimes the stress of being a kid would get me and I'd chain eat a whole pack.
Dude, I just had a pack of those Victory candy cigarettes like a month ago.
Are you serious?
They're awesome. Yeah, local candy store here in Hastings has them.
Nice. I just love it, man. Every Easter.
They're so gross.
I remember they used to come. Are they still wrapped in a little paper tube?
No.
No?
No, you just open the pack and there's fucking sugar sticks and they're all misshapen and shit.
Right.
Do they still have the powdered sugar or whatever? So if you blew in them, they would actually puff out smoke?
Oh, it puffs out. I remember that.
Yeah, so when I was a kid,
I remember that too.
They were
was the
fancy schmancy.
That was the paper tube, and they don't have the paper tubes anymore.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Okay.
You got to get a machine and roll your own candy cigarettes. That's how it's
Because
done.
you got to get on cigarettes at an early age.
Yeah.
Roll your own candy cigarettes. That is fucking most working class thing I've ever heard in my life.
I'm saying, man, must be nice. Just going to the store, getting your store-bought machine-rolled candy cigarettes. I don't have that kind of machine-rolled candy cigarette money. I know how things are in your house. I love that the official legal representation of the show has arrived, and I've already started to pucker up. Oh no! Oh, no!
He's on our side. Hi, Emma. You gotta tell your lawyer everything.
Okay. All right.
Just
Welcome
don't tell
to
the
the
other
show.
lawyers anything.
You jumped in on the Easter segment, and we are talking about candy. We've just done candy cigarettes. Now let's move on to some of my favorite Easter-related, candy-related memes. That's right. Sci-Fi Imaginarium has a chocolate Easter bunny with a couple of eggs, except that these are the eggs from Alien, and a face hugger has wrapped itself around chocolate bunny. And I just think that this picture is everything that's right about America. I'm saying I saw this. I know that this was inspired too. This was new. This just popped out recently, but over the years, I'm sure you've seen the Spider-Man encountering a Cadbury cream egg, and he's got his hands up like, whoa, what is this? And then he, of course, has to open it up, and it's huge. This Cadbury egg comes up to this Spider-Man's knees in chocolate, which would excite me. And then he's got the face hugger on his face. Happy Easter. So I think that's what inspired this one, but still beauty only in America. As if we didn't have enough eggs for Easter. Pi Omega Omega, friend of the show, Katie Wasson, posted, and if you're not following Pi Omega Omega, getting into the frats, very selective, so I don't know. But this is an image of jellied vegetable Easter eggs for those who don't like chocolate. And these little Easter holders, and they're jellied eggs full of broccoli and diced carrots and corn and peas, and I'm getting a little ill just looking at it.
Yeah,
That's blasphemy.
Friend of the show, Rachel, said it's like an April Fool's Easter.
Yeah.
Very nice. Moving on. Friend of the show, ex-mayor of Champaign, Don Gerard, posted the Chicago charcuterie board, Chicago style, and I can see here it looks like a Poli with long sliced pickles and onions on it. I see a pita. That's a pita with the tahini sauce. I see ribs. I think this is an empanada.
Yeah, gyro.
that's a gyro. Yeah.
Gyro.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's definitely a gyro.
Got an Italian beef. We got an Italian beef with maybe the peppers. I also see a pizza puff, that fried
Poor boy.
in the middle of a pizza puff on top of the French fries. And I gotta agree, man. If you were doing Easter, that is a proper Chicago charcuterie board. Except that Kim Hale points out no pizza.
Yeah.
True that. I'm from Chicago.
Boy, just looking at this is quintessential Chicago food, and man, no wonder.
I know.
Yeah.
Like, no wonder we are the way we are. There is not one like nutritious. The tomatoes on the gyro
Right.
is the only. Oh, and
Pickles.
the whole salad that we put on top of a Chicago dog. Yeah, I guess that.
And if you're gonna eat like that on Easter in America, you're gonna have to wash it down. Easter in America. This is probably from Walmart.
Oh my God.
And this is one
Oh
of
my
those
God.
I guess here's
soda.
the noise.
soda end cap displays, and the red Coca-Cola is arranged into a cross, which you gotta admit, I love the look on Michael's face right
This is actually the only thing more offensive than this is when I see an American flag in a sanctuary. That's the only thing more offensive than this. Wow.
That's kind of fantastic for me because there's more.
Good. Do it. Show me what they did, Eric. The blasphemers.
Well, now I gotta go back, or I'm gonna fix this in editing, man, because there was commentary on this one.
Well, and it's kind of like if you want the is that regular Coke, the red one, it's kind of like a Jenga, Because like you take one of those, the whole thing's toppling down.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
obviously
Oh, yeah.
they're pushing you to drink that green.
Yeah, take a Sprite in the name of the Lord.
I really think if I saw this in a store, I would take a picture of it and then knock it down.
Woo!
Oh wait,
I think I
notice
would.
up in front. You see the green? You see how it doesn't have that top shelf? Is that like a 2-seat couch made out of the Sprites?
Maybe
You can
I
literally
thought maybe
just
an
sit there and
altar.
chillax.
Oh, that could.
I mean, maybe. That's pretty funny.
Wow.
All right, and there's a lot of people that are doing some performative fun stuff to show their, Christianity this Easter, including favorite Facebook for the Blind Senator, Ted Cruz, who tweeted today, "He is not here, for he is risen," Matthew 28:16. And Ms. Betty Bowers, at Betty Bowers, says, "He is not here. He has flown to Cancun." Texans 2:17:21.
Nice. 2:17:21. Nice
I
work.
know. Ms. Betty Bowers, America's favorite Christian. Oh, Lord. If you're not following Betty Bowers, you're missing out. Of course, every time I see a lot of these posts, I love to share this one from Stephen Colbert, who says, "If this is going to be a Christian nation that doesn't help the poor, either we have to just pretend that Jesus was just as selfish as we are, or we've got to acknowledge that he commanded us to love the poor and serve the needy without condition, and then admit we just don't want to do it."
Yep.
I share all the time. And final in the Easter segment before handing it back to Michael, the Katie Halper Show posted a picture of Jesus Christ looking back over his shoulder. He says, "Feeling cute. Might let some Roman guys nail me later. I don't know." Yes.
Little tush hanging out.
But
Michael was more offended by the soda.
Yeah, the soda was way more offensive. Oh man, that was awesome.
And
All right, here we go.
I'd like to point out that we have done 51 episodes with 51 segments of Ken, Eric, Trigger, Michael, and I am 51 for 51.
Yeah, yes, it's not hard. I'm a delicate boy. All right, I'm starting it off with friend of the show, Trash Can Paul. Trash Can Paul, thanks for listening and promoting. He's got a picture from at Big J Dubs, who says, "Anyone got any tips on making honey? I've been grinding these bees up real small, but it still tastes fucking horrible." And rolling right along, we have this inexplicable picture of Pikachu laying on a bed, and he's got a green blanket over him, and he has a huge erection. There's no words to this. It just that's all there is. Next, we have a picture of a toilet, and above the toilet there's a little sign, and we see the caption says, "Mom, leave the damn sign in the kitchen where it belongs. Dad." It puts it next to the toilet, and the sign says, "You only live once. Lick the bowl." That's a sign that changes a lot depending on the room you put it in. So, friend of the show at Hey It's Bay says, "Going through my 5th grade diary," and you see this little excerpt from a diary, and it says, "Dear diary, I finally got a pocket-sized diary. Also, I don't get the concept of life." And next up, this is like it's like it's on the wall, and we have a spotlight on it. It says, "I've come to a point in my life where I need a stronger word than fuck." Reverend Benjamin Kremer. This is just, I think this is, no, I'm not going to read this. Electrostatics is a branch of physics that studies electric charges at rest. And this is like a Wikipedia article. And then the picture to show this is a cat just absolutely fucking covered head to toe in pocket in those packing peanuts.
Peanuts, yeah.
Versace Dolph 1 in says, sorry for acting a little weird last night. It's just because there's a bunch of shit wrong with my brain. Go Chill says, when I put three question marks in a conversation, this is exactly my face behind the phone. And it is a picture of Shrek who looks bewildered and suspicious. I think is the best way to say that.
Nice.
Oh, and finally, Glow Fuck Yourself. How could we have a show without Glow Fuck Yourself? Friend of the show. Thanks for following Glow Fuck Yourself. This is a sign, and it's like an advertisement, and it just says tactical butt plugs. They have Real Trees logo, and it's 3 butt plugs, 3 different sizes, and on the part of the butt plug that would ostensibly stay outside of the ass is a bottle opener. And the slogan for this is open everything. That's it for round 2.
Nice.
The wholesome round.
The wholesome round.
Yeah, the wholesome round with the butt plugs.
We had Pikachu Morningwood and tactical butt plugs.
A trademarked, wholly owned subsidiary segment of Facebook Food Line. All right, round 2. The whatever the hell we call this round. I don't know. Act 2. This is a picture of a woman on a couch, and she's got her hand in the air like she's explaining things, and there's a cat with a clipboard on the chair behind her. It says, wow, that sounds stressful. Have you tried pushing a bunch of shit off of the table? Like, you gotta admit, man, like, doesn't that look great? I really do want to, at some point in my life, just go up to a table and just go,
yeah, no shit.
Ideally, lay out blueprints and explain the scheme, but I'll just take throwing shit off the table. Friend of the show, Vermin Supreme. Thanks for listening, Vermin Supreme. He has posted the American Choppers 5-panel. It's got the one that's got the old guy, talking with a handlebar mustache, talking very animatedly at the bottom, and then a younger man wearing a baseball cap is gesturing, and he's yelling back. And then in the 4th panel, a chair flies through the air, and finally the old man is yelling red in the face while pointing in an aggressive manner. And these are always very
storming out.
And storming out. And this one is labeled, I'm afraid I can't support this political philosophy. Here's some peer-reviewed papers on why. The young man replies, those are some interesting points, but may I rebut with some of my own sources? That is a well thought out and informed argument, friend. Here are some counterpoints from my own research. These peer-reviewed matches are very informative. Let me do some reading and get back to you. That was a fantastic discussion. I hope you come back to share your newfound insights. Which, if you've ever been on the internet, is fun. Yeah. I'm thinking about posting this in the comments section of any comment section I ever make the mistake of reading from now on. This is an interesting one, and I'm so sorry I've dropped the source, but it just says the year is 2031. You live in a macro rental flat with 12 other people in a complex, which is owned by Google and called the E-Hive. You are 39. Everyone you know works at Amazon or as a carer for the elderly. Today is Monday. You're one day off this month. You decide to have a self-care day, so you use some of the tokens you've accrued through an extra duties at work to have sex with a cat sex doll you call Kit. She tells you you're a worthless loser and gives you a 3-star rating on Dick Advisor. Depressed, you get on the Tesla bus and buy 1 third-class ticket. This means you have to sit in the uninsured seats at the front with no seatbelt. The driverless bus runs over 3 people on the way, but thankfully they were homeless, so you don't have to pay damages. Your Spotify chip begins to play the new Mumford & Sons song, which you decide not to skip because you can't afford premium, even though you don't really like it as you prefer their earlier stuff. You arrive at the local Weatherspoons, which you dimly remember used to be a library at one point. They're all Weatherspoons now. You order a pint from the app with 4 refills and sit down to watch the national elections. You really hope the guy from Love Island wins because he's promised to legalize euthanasia. Your only escape.
Jesus.
I know. I freaking love the millennial nihilistic humor. I mean, that stuff. That's I couldn't write that. I couldn't have written that. Couldn't have done it. You know, love to say I could. Aaron Bill Taylor's voice, Ryan, says, if we tax billionaires too much, they won't be able to buy the essentials they need, like NFL franchises, islands, and tax-deductible think tanks founded exclusively to legitimize fringe beliefs about how billionaires shouldn't have to pay taxes. Thank you, More Perfect Union. These are classic art memes, and I just discovered these recently. They're awesome. This is two women drinking tea. One of the women has her hand up to her mouth, and it says, brings therapist to family gathering. One woman says, see? And the woman with her hand on her mouth says, my God. That was pretty good. And this one also, we have two ugly medieval men in a Renaissance painting. Looks like a Dutch masters. And the one guy in a funny hat is saying, you look depressed. And a monk behind him says, thanks. It's the depression. I don't know. I don't know. It's very strange. Friend of the show, Harmony, says shows a 4-panel here of Elon and Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos says, heard you're buying Twitter. And Elon says, Amazon is next. And Jeff says, brah. And Elon is shown with his phone adding to cart. Very dumb. Okay, down.
We got to give a shout out to Harmony.
Yeah, it's true, Harmony. Got to get down.
He's a CU Sam's Club member. So
yes,
he's old school.
Old school.
Yep.
Ate a lot of bacon together.
Sam's Club.
All right, this next one is spotted on the back of a truck from the Daily DIY. Says, we guarantee fast service, no matter how long it takes. And I just like to say, that's what she said.
Nice.
Last one for Act 2. This is Dr. Trayvon D. Logan, who says, one thing that led to a little discussed defeat of anti-CRT bills in Indiana is the fact that the College Board would not certify AP courses in schools adopting such strict and ahistorical curricula. Florida's recent textbook fiasco may cost them AP status for math courses, which I thought was pretty good. And actually, I'm going to close out with one last one. Which is in Facebook for the Blind, a weekly meme cast. If you're not following that, how'd you even find this show? It says, Republicans reject math books that teach math, science books that teach science, and history books that teach history, which explains why their version of Christianity has nothing to do with the Bible. All right. Not as strong a close as I'd hoped.
Oh, yeah, it's just that you couldn't hear my head nod. But trust me, man, in here, my head nod was loud as fuck. All right. It was a roaring head nod. Sticking with Jesus. Friend of the show.
Hey, great band name. Really good. Saw them on the Warped Tour.
For when we start our Christian band, we'll be sticking with Jesus. It's a picture of the Lord's Supper, and it says, one of you will betray me. 4 will get book deals. Friend of the show, Cass at Cass _____ writes, I was running late to pick up my cousin. I looked back and my girl was holding on. And there's a picture of this baby at a car seat and like squeezing the handle, like the carrying handle. Just doing her best, hanging on.
Death grip.
Those are instincts right there. You gotta love it. Friend of the show at Shut the Fuck Up Hurting says, and I kept this in because I think I just thought it was a really nice uplifting message. It's not funny, but it says, so you dated the wrong person and learned a hard lesson. You chose the wrong major and had to start over again. You cherished a friend who backstabbed you. It sucks, but it's also going to work out. That's life. You learn. Hurt, love, cry, laugh, and keep going. Here's a picture. Well, it says another childhood star lost to drugs.
Oh.
And what it is a picture of a garbage can that has that's being held in place by poles on the sides of it. And those poles then have concrete that they're bolted to. And it's the round top trash cans. And I don't know why, but something about this really does look like an old beat up R2D2. Let's just had a hard life on drugs. Drugged up R2D2. This almost made my post with the most this week. And it's from Trash Can Paul, friend of the show. Hey, Trash Can. And it's a picture of a white woman standing in front of a very large, beautiful home. Tree line behind the house. And it says, I live in an HOA. I laugh at Tim Allen. I love calling the cops. So it says live, laugh, love. Live in an HOA, laugh at Tim Allen, and love calling the cops. And Trash Can comments, gather. There's a picture of a kid sitting at a table across from a man in a white coat, like lab coat. It says, I'm going to leave you alone with this avocado. And you can either eat it right away and have an underripe avocado, or wait a little while and have a completely rotten avocado. That's the only two ways avocados come. Trash can. Wow, a lot of trash can this week. There's a man walking into a hut. This is clearly at a zoo because there's like animals painted on the outsides of these huts, but it sort of vaguely resembles Africa, I suppose. And it says, y'all be talking about cancel culture, but back in 500 BC, motherfuckers used to get exiled. They literally told you to just physically leave. It's a funny thought. Oh, I love this one. This is another one from Trash
irony
Can.
on that one? Can I interject?
What?
Huh?
What'd you say?
I have one ironic thing connected to the last post.
Sure.
So I listen to like Cabinet of Curiosities and all those weird history podcasts. And like the guy who invented the concept of being ostracized in ancient Rome was himself voted out of the town. He was ostracized himself.
Oh, fun.
Payback is a motherfucker.
How did he come up with being ostracized? What do you mean?
As a punishment, it was his idea.
There was a
Oh.
vote. Yeah, there was a vote. Like they'd actually vote on little rocks or pieces of old crockery. Like who wants out?
Yeah.
Who is creating? Who do we want out of town?
Yeah.
And they
Damn. He never should have made that rule.
I know. Silly man.
That's awesome. This is Trash Can Paul, and it's a picture of, I don't even know what this is. It's a palace. I mean, it's
I
huge.
think it's Versailles. It's a palace of
Is it Versailles?
Mhm.
Yeah, probably. These are definitely French gardens. Then it says in big impact font, you get to live in this house for 1 year, but for the first month, you can't eat any of the drywall. Would you do it? Raccoons of Instagram. There's a picture of a raccoon popping its head out of a trash can, and it says, I may not be attractive or funny or intelligent or mentally stable. Jokes are, friend of the show, jokes are, has a picture of a cop standing outside of a person's car. He's got them pulled over, and the cop says, anything in this car that I should know about? Me. Nah, just things you shouldn't know about. Cop. Cool. Have a nice day. That's it for me for round 3.
Oh my goodness. Such a good round. Very proud of you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. All right, jumping back into it. Friend of the show, Andrew Teedy shared this lovely piece that I thought was just dumb enough to include. It is a tennis shoe. Looks very much like a tennis shoe, but it is indeed made out of sushi. That is definitely sushi and rice. And it says, caption, what's wrong, honey? You've barely touched your sushi. So bad.
Fucking TD.
I know. What am I going to say? I kind of want to be mad at him, but, I'm just like his friend Carlos. I'm mad looking at this, but still laughing. That's where I'm at. For those of you who like the thought of footwear, how about some cargo socks? Yes, 6 pairs. That's right. Comfort with convenience. Look at these calf mules.
Calf mules.
Yeah.
Calf mules.
6 pair. Look, they've got a flop slot, so you can wear them. They can wear them like little ninja tabby toes. You can wear them with your flip flops. That's right, with your cargo, your most important cargo. We have down here on the back illustration of all the different kinds of cargo. You could keep some money. Keep some money in that little pocket. Shrimp. You put shrimp in there.
Shrimp.
Flop slots.
This didn't crack me up. All right. Staying with the clothing realm. This is from Mags at Maggie Grace P, passing along a little narrative about a sundress. As just a reminder, it's almost get railed in a sundress season. And her friend Bonnie replies, but first, Maggie, it's find God season. And Ashtray says, God can find me getting railed in a sundress. Bonnie says, well, I think he won't be pleased. Ashtray says, he forgives me for all my sins. Remember, he died for me to get railed in a sundress, Bonnie.
I think this is the same. I know what they're referencing is definitely from a couple of years ago. Somebody wrote on Twitter, and it went way viral. Getting railed in a sundress in a godly way was the original tweet that now every spring is just like, we have to talk about it.
Well, I, for one, am looking forward to sundress season. This next one is from friend of the show, Charlotte Moore Lambert, who says, I think the thing that impresses me most about Elon Musk is how he routinely leans into every stereotype of the desperate, unloved man seeking to fill the infinite void of his being by simply buying the people who have rejected him. Oh my God. And you know that, like, he's buying Twitter and trying to shut down free speech to prevent like pictures like this. Like that's what it is. Lieutenant Winslow posts.
Wow.
$43 billion seems like a lot of money to spend to stop people from tweeting out this photo. You know, and I gotta say, we have a rule on Facebook for the Blind. We usually do not talk about looks. We try to avoid looks. It's bad for the show. Describing the way things look is terrible. It's more like the actions. So let's remind ourselves that the action is the richest guy in the world spending $43 billion. That's
a really important point. We hate Elon because he's an evil billionaire, not because he looks like a complete fucking goof in this picture.
Yeah.
That's not why we hate him.
Right.
No, it's just because his socioeconomic status should not exist. That's
right. Also, he paid someone. You know, he paid someone to make him look this way in this picture.
Yeah.
That's the fucking just mashed potato brains thing about it.
He did pay a hairstylist to do that to him.
Yeah, and then after this, he fired that hairstyle. After he told them they did a good job. I mean, it was just a yo-yo of a day for that poor stylist. Friend of the show.
Well, he bought closed it down is what he did.
Yeah, because he didn't like the shine on his little 5 head there. Who cares? All right. Friend of the show, Chandler Schmidt. Chandler, thank you for the Christmas card. That was lovely, and give your mom my best. He posts a picture from POS, ATF, and Boog memes, who says, here's some things to make sure you definitely don't mix. And it's a picture on the TV that shows if you mix bleach and ammonia, you get chloramine gas. If you mix bleach and vinegar, you get chlorine gas. You mix bleach and rubbing alcohol, you get chloroform. And if you mix hydrogen peroxide and vinegar, you get peracetic acid. And I got to tell you what, man, this is just like freaking anarchist cookbook. As soon as you told me not to do it, I was like, man, I really want to do this.
Yeah, this is dumb as fuck. They should not put this on TV.
I know. Well, maybe down south. But anyway,
I don't want those motherfuckers knowing how to make chloroform.
I love down here too. So what about HCl and tinfoil? No one likes to talk about hydrogen gas. It's like my brothers and his little hooligans used to run around the neighborhood throwing that together and toss them into pipes and creeks and like lakes and stuff. I just told my parents about that and they're like, what? Your brother was making bombs? I'm like, all the teenage boys in the neighborhood were making bombs. It was a wonderful time, simpler time.
I made a bunch of bombs too.
I know.
I did.
Kids these
just
days
threw them in the gutter, you know.
Kids these days have no idea. And look at us. We've all got all our fingers. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? Not like they told us at all.
What was it called? The ones we did was called a Works bomb.
A what?
There was this toilet cleaner called the Works.
Oh, right.
And we called it a Works bomb because it's pretty good. Made a good bomb.
Glass bottle, screw on cap, tinfoil, right?
Yeah, yeah, that'll do it.
All the boys in America knew this recipe. How funny is that? But my mom never heard of it. So yeah, check it out. I just looked up my daughter's neighborhood up in Chicago, and they've been these like, loud exploding sounds, and the police are at a loss. And I'm just like, it's the works. It's the works.
I wouldn't worry about that.
Works bombs all over your neighborhood. I'm thrilled your kids are getting out of the house, to be honest with you. Friend of the show, David Hogg. You remember David Hogg from Parkland High School? Quite the activist, and I really like him. He says, no, it wasn't millennials that ruined the economy. It was Reaganomics. And that was reposted by More Perfect Union. And as Adam Ruins Everything has concurred, everything that has been ruined was ruined by Reagan. So, friend of the show, Steve Rendell, posts from Dr. Jordan Peterson. I should just say Jordan Peterson. I should just say Peterson, the guy that has just got one of the most punchable faces, like a voice that says, hit me. He's got this little quote here. It says, it's okay to be a man. It's not okay. It's necessary. You look around cities and see all these buildings going up. These men, they're doing impossible things. They're working in sewers. They're up on the power lines in storms and the rain. And Reeves replies, bro, you're not even forklift certified. Go tan your testicles and get back to me when you're manlier. This next is a 3-panel cartoon. Got a cowboy and a sheriff. Guy's got a badge on. Says, hey, I reckon you're wanted. And he comes up and he's got his hand on his collar. And then another cowboy strolls up to round out the threesome. Says, and appreciated and loved. And they do a group hug. I reckon you're wanted. I like that. This next is a 2-panel from The Shining. And we have the wife of the main character coming up on the typewriter, and instead of what it usually says, it says same as it ever was, same as it ever was. And we have a picture of Jack Nicholson in a really big David Byrne suit. That might be too visual. I don't know. Grace Jarvis has posted this image from I believe Toad and Frog. And I don't know, I'm gonna say it's a little cartoon of a little what would you say, maybe a little ferret, a little
it's a mole.
Little mole.
Mole.
Yeah.
It's a little mole in a wonderful little vest and a little jacket, and he's sitting underneath a mushroom in the rain. He's got a little picnic basket, and he's got a thermos, he's got a cup in one hand and a cookie in another hand, and it has been captioned, stop glamorizing the hustle and start glamorizing whatever lifestyle this is. Hosted by a friend of the show, Vermin Supreme. Keep them coming, Vermin. Batting it out of the park every week. Truly, I absolutely love this. Mole, thank you. He's so adorable. All right, 3 to go here. Evil Supply Co. posts, be the villain you were born to be. Stop waiting for someone to come along and corrupt you. Succumb to the darkness yourself. And the bookworm replies, this is surprisingly motivating. I think it is. And so metal. All right, last 2. Friend of the show, Mike Hudson, posts a green roll of toilet paper, says CBD infused toilet paper to calm your ass down. Stupid. And last for this round. Oh, no. Oh, that's not the last because we already did that. Well, I'll tell you what, one of my favorite things about Facebook is it brings back memories. And earlier today, it brought up 2020 grocery shopping. And there were just series of pictures of people with plastic bags over their heads, with paper bags over their heads, people wearing fruit and vegetables like strapped to their heads. You remember all these pictures? But the one that got me the most, or like people in the dinosaur costumes, those dinosaur samurai costumes, any kind of mask, Freddy Krueger mask, unicorn mask, every kind of mask. But this was my absolute favorite, 2020 grocery shopping. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about right there. Full on gimp suit with a gas mask. Just hanging out in your local Walmart.
Good for them.
Them. Yeah, that's don't look too closely at that one. All right, that's my round 2.
That's round 3. We got the post with the most.
Oh, was that round 3? Look at that.
That was round 3.
My post with the most is all thanks to one Mr. Eric Sizemore. Our host provided my post with the most. And it's a picture of Captain Crunch's old, oops, all berries. Except it says, oops, all Michaels. And where the cereal used to be, there's just one picture of me talking. Just the same picture over and over and over and over and over again. and this was in reference to last week when we had Eric had the soup party. So I just did the whole show by myself. And so Eric put this in the group chat later.
I was so souped up I couldn't do it.
And so Eric put this in the group chat, the Facebook for the Blind group chat later. Oops, all Michaels. Well, I took it and I posted it to Instagram and did not provide any context at all. I just said, thanks, Eric Sizemore. Nobody asked me any questions. They just liked the shit out of it on Facebook and Instagram. So yeah, thank you, Eric, for my post with the most this week.
My pleasure. I think you just said it offhandedly in the show at some point. I guess this is the Oops All Michael show. And nobody responded. Nobody said anything to you, but I heard it and I was like, okay. Well, I do whatever is inspiring. I don't have a plan or anything. All right. Yes. Going back with the post with the most here. Well, here's an interesting thing. See, my post with the most was actually libraries were a good start, but we really need to keep working on the number of places where people shouldn't be allowed to talk. But that has already come up. So I guess I'm going to have to go with my second most post, which is pretty funny. There's a lot of conservatives that are dumping Disney right now, and they're calling it woke Disney. And I think that people are laughing because this is a picture of the Punisher logo, and it says, it's time to scrape that sticker off your lifted truck. The Punisher is the property of woke Disney.
Yup. That's exactly right. That's dope.
There was a ton of permutations of this, but I like that one best. I think this one too. Attention, patriots. That woke abomination. There's getting all biblical there with the abomination. I mean, you can certainly get it. I mean, it's a great logo. I mean, I see why you would put that on your truck, but I know that the Punisher artist has had trouble for years saying that people do not understand his character and are misusing his logo, misusing his character, because they're like, no, you're not reading this right. It should. Anyway, that's going to be it. I think we're going to end it there. Not bad. In about 1 hour. That was an episode of Facebook for the Blind for April 19th, 2022.
Woo. Love you, George. I gotta go, but I gotta tell you this.
Listening to an episode of Facebook for the Blind. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Um,